Myself, Dr. R. Sanap, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Botany, Rao Bahadur Narayan Rao Baroque College, Rampur. Today, I am going to deliver the lecture on the study of NETM. It is the part of syllabus of TY-BSc Botany, paper 4th, that is BO 334, and title of the paper is the Spermatophyta and Paleobotany. So the Spermatophyta, it consists of the angiosperms and gymnosperms. So in that, the gymnosperm, today I am going to deliver the lecture on the study of NETM. First, I will explain the external morphology of the plant, that is the NETM. So if we see this NETM, if we see the plant body of this NETM, it is differentiated into the root, stem and leaves. So plant body, it is differentiated into root, stem and leaves, and when the plant it becomes mature, then it produces the reproductive structures, that is the cones, that is male cone and the female cone. Now if we see this root in the plant of this NETM, so it shows the presence of the well-developed profusely branched tap root system. Actually, if we see this plant NETM, it is the woody plant, it is perennial plants, they may be the shrubs, maybe the trees and the woody climbers. So the plant that is genus NETM with the species that is Netamula, it is the climber, that is the woody climber, and it shows the presence of the well-developed tap root system. If we see the stem it is branched stem is present. It may be the erect or maybe the climbing plant. It climbs on the support, so it is climbing. It is this stem, it is woody, and so it is the woody climber. And it is plant, it is the perennial. And if we see the leaves, so the leaves, they are dimorphic. Two types of leaves are present, that is the scale leaves and the second is the foliage leaves. Scale leaves and foliage leaves. So if this see the scale leaves, these are small scar-like. Suppose this is the main stem, and on this main stem here, these scale leaves are developed, and these foliage leaves, they are produced on the dwarf branches. And if we see these leaves, so these leaves, these are dicot-like. It is the leaves, they are dorsiventrally flattened with the entire margin acute apex, and it shows the presence of the reticulate venation. So the leaves, these leaves which are the foliage leaves, so these foliage leaves, these are dorsiventrally flattened and they develop on the branches of limited growth or on the dwarf shoot, and this is the main shoot. On this main shoot or the branch of the unlimited growth, these scaly leaves are present, or so these are the scaly leaves. So the scaly leaves, they are very small and they remain for some period of time and then later on they falls off. And these leaves, they are doing the function of the photosynthesis. So this is about the external morphology of this NETM plant. Now let us see about the internal structure of the stem of NETM. Internal structure of stem of NETM. So if we see the stem of knee term, it is circular in outline, and so if we take the tears, then the tears it is circular in appearance, and it shows the presence of the different types of the tissue layers. So it shows the presence of the outermost layer. It is known as the epidermis. So this epidermis, it is single layered. Cells are rectangular in shape, and this epidermis, it is the outermost layer which is being the function of the protection. And this epidermis, so this is the epidermis, single layer outermost being the function of protection, and it gets interrupted by the presence of the stomata. So there are sunken stomata are present on the epidermis, and this epidermis, it is covered by a thick layer of cuticle. So this cuticle, it is nothing but a cutin substance. It gets deposited on the outer wall of this epidermis. So thus here, this is the cuticle. And here, these are the stomata. The stomata, these are the sunken, that is, they are present deep into the tissue. So thus here, this is stomatal opening. So this is stomatal opening, and this is the stomata. So inner side to this epidermis, there is the presence of the cortex, and here the cortex, it is differentiated into 3 layers, and these 3 layers, they are the outermost one, it is known as the chlorenchyma. So cells are chlorenchymatous in nature. So this chlorenchymatous cortex, it is near about 5 to 7 layered. So as the name indicates, so the cells of the chlorenchymatous, they show the presence of the chloroplast, and this layer in the section, if we observe, it looks the greenish in color as it shows the presence of the chloroplast. Cells are compactly arranged without intercellular spaces, and they show the presence of the chloroplast. So thus here, the cells, they are having the chloroplast. So thus this outermost layer of this cortex, it is known as the chlorenchymatous layer or chlorenchymatous cortex. So this is the chlorenchyma layer. So inner to this chlorenchyma, so there is a presence of the parenchymatous tissue. So the cells of the parenchyma, they are compactly arranged, and this parenchymatous tissue or parenchymatous layer, it is 5 to 7 or few layer in thickness. So it shows the presence of the few layers. Cells are compactly arranged. The cells are thin-walled. So thus here, this tissue or this layer, it is known as the parenchyma. So this is the parenchymatous cortex. So this is the parenchyma. And inner side to this parenchyma, there is a presence of the 2 to 5 layered sclerenchymatous tissue. So the cells of this sclerenchymatous cortex, these are polygonal in shape. The cells are thick-walled, and these cells, they are compactly arranged without intercellular spaces, and these are the sclerenchymatous. The cells are thick-walled and compactly arranged. The cells, they become thick-walled due to the deposition of the lignin substance. So the lignin substance is get deposited on the walls of this sclerenchymatous cortex. So thus here, this is the sclerenchyma. So thus here, these three layers, chlorenchyma, parenchyma, and the sclerenchyma, it forms the cortex. So thus cortex is differentiated into these three layers: outer cortex, middle cortex, and second is the inner cortex. Now, inner side to this, there is the presence of the stele. So here, the innermost layer of the cortex, later on, it functions as the endodermis. So this endodermis, it is single layered. So the cells of the endodermis, these are radially elongated, and it is nothing but actually it is the innermost layer of this cortex. It functions as the endodermis. So thus here, this is the endodermis. Inner side to this endodermis, there is a presence of the pericycle. So the pericycle, it is few layered. So thus this is the pericycle. And inner side to this pericycle, there are vascular bundles. Near about 20 to 24 vascular bundles are present in the stem of the natum. So in the initial stage, the number is 20 to 24. Later on, when the secondary growth it proceeds, then later on there is a formation of the secondary xylem from this vascular bundles. So if we see these vascular bundles, so these vascular bundles, these are conjoint, collateral, and open type. So if we see these vascular bundles, they are conjoint, they are collateral, and they are open type. So these vascular bundles, if we see, so this is the bundle sheath of the vascular bundle. So this vascular bundle, it shows the presence of, there is the presence of the cambium. So this cambium, it is present in the vascular bundle. That's why this vascular bundle, it becomes the open type. So it shows the presence of the phloem towards the outer side. So this is the phloem. So this is phloem. Here, inner side to this cambium, there is a presence of the xylem. So thus here, this xylem, they are with vessels and tracheids. So these are the large sized cells, these are the vessels. So this is the xylem. It consists of the vessels and also the tracheids. So this phloem, it shows the presence of the shoot tubes and companion cells. Shoot tubes and companion cells. So here this netum, it is called as the advanced gymnosperm, and so it shows the presence of the xylem with vessels and the phloem with shoot tubes and the companion cells. And as I told you, the vascular bundle, they are conjoined. So the vascular bundles, they consist of both the xylem and phloem. So it is the conjoined type. Then the xylem, phloem and xylem, they are present side by side on the same radius. So here phloem is facing towards the outer side, xylem is facing toward the inner side, and so it is collateral type. And in between the xylem and phloem, there is the presence of a strip of cambium. So thus here this is the cambium, and thus here the vascular bundle, it becomes the open type. So thus here the vascular bundles are conjoined, they are collateral, and they are the open type. And here in between the vascular bundles, there are medullary rays. So these are the medullary rays which are present in between the vascular bundles. And in the center of this vascular bundles, here there is a presence of the pith. Here this pith, it is parenchymatous, it is many layered, and it occupied the central portion of this stem region. So thus here at the center there is a presence of the pith. So thus here the pith is present in the center, which is the parenchymatous and the many layered. So thus here this is about the internal structure of the stem of netum. So here these are the stomatal opening, and here this is the stomata. As I told you, it is sunken into the tissue. So thus here this internal structure of the stem of netum, it shows the presence of the epidermis covered by thick layer of cuticle, get interrupted by the stomata, they are sunken. Inner side to this, there is the presence of the cortex, which is differentiated into the outer chlorenchymatous layer, middle parenchymatous, and the inner one, that is this sclerenchymatous. So the cortex, it is differentiated into 3 layers, and inner side to this, there is the presence of stele showing the endodermis, pericycle, then the vascular bundles, and these vascular bundles which are conjoined, collateral, and the open type. In between this there are the medullary rays. So here these are the medullary rays, and in the center there is a presence of the pith. Now here the xylem, it is the endarch type, that is protoxylem, it is facing towards the central portion, so it is called as the endarch type of xylem. So thus here this is about the internal structure of the stem of netum. Now here I am going to conclude this part. Thank you very much.